Hey Gemini, what's going on everybody? It's Sam from CancerMoonsTarot, and I'm coming at you guys with your mid-December 2021 tarot reading. As always, readings here are general, so if they resonate, that's awesome. And if not, it's not your message, and if you want to check out my official social medias, you're more than welcome to. That's going to be linked down in the description below. So Gemini, let's go ahead and get on into it. We're going to start off today's video with your current energies, and then we'll move forward into the rest of the read as usual. So let's see what's up for Gemini. What current energies are coming in here for Geminis? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2021. What current energies do we got rolling in here for Gemini? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2021. What do we got, baby? Let's take a look here, Gemini. We got here the Seven of Swords. Okay, we also got here the Queen of Pentacles, and we got here the Nine of Cups. So, Seven of Swords, Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Cups. Interesting. Feeling like your time has been robbed is what I'm seeing. Because Pentacles are a symbolization of time, and Seven of Swords could be the energy of like robbedness, you know, the thieving, stealing energy. Robbedness isn't even a word, but we're rolling with it, Gemini. We are, okay? So it's the energy of feeling robbed, right? I mean, if you look at the card, this dude is stealing from wolves. Definitely not a good idea. I would not recommend that in the woods, okay, or in the wildlife areas. Do not try to steal from the wolves, because the pack's gonna jump your ass, okay? The wolves will win, most likely. But either way, though, Gemini, I feel like you felt like your time's been robbed from a certain situation. So that's what I'm feeling on an intuitive level. And coming into mid-December, it's like, nope. I will not have my time robbed any longer. I will not have anybody steal my time. Nine of Cups, this is all about my fulfillment, what I want to do with myself for the rest of this month, and what I want to do with my life moving forward. So my time is not to be wasted. I'm making sure I waste none of it, and I continue to make the best of it. So your plan here coming into mid-December is to really continue to make the best of your own time after feeling like your time was robbed in a certain situation. Clarify the Seven of Swords. What made Gemini here feel like their time had been robbed? In what situation is this referencing? We have here the Four of Swords, and then we have here the Emperor, and we also have here the Ace of Pentacles. Some of you here may have felt like your time was robbed in your job. So this could have been in your career. You know, you may have had a boss here, which is the Emperor card, right? You may have had a boss here who was not really, you know, giving you the opportunities that you felt like you deserved. You may have had a boss here who possibly let you go with that Four of Swords. So this could have been the energy of possibly being laid off. And if any of you guys have experienced that, I know that really sucks. So my apologies, guys, for any of you that are going through that. But note and acknowledge, you'll definitely get a much better job. I'm a person who tends to believe in blessings in disguise. I know some people find that and think that it's bullshit or think that it's dumb, but I really think that if something happens in your life and you think it's really horrible and bad, it's going to turn out being the best thing for you ever. You know, I just have that mentality because I've seen it happen in my life personally. I cannot speak today, Gemini. A multitude. Thank you. That's the word I wanted to say. I've seen it a multitude of times where I have been in situations that I thought were horrible, and then it turned out to be the best thing that could have happened to me because it guided me to such a better path. You know, I'm a firm believer in rejection's God's protection. So you don't have to resonate with that, but I really feel like it will work out for you nonetheless, okay? So you could have had a boss who really just was not letting you seize the opportunities you really deserved. Now, the Emperor could represent a person. You know, maybe you were dealing with somebody here who constantly you felt like you were serving them. Because when you think of an Emperor, you think of people serving the Emperor, you know? Maybe you were connecting with a person romantically, Gemini. Maybe you were dealing with friends where you felt like you were serving everybody but yourself, to the point where you helped other people in their lives significantly, but you felt like that same respect was not paid back to you. And I think that coming into mid-December, it's like, nope, I'm done with that. I'm done serving everybody else but the Gemini. The Gemini over here, it's time for me to serve myself. It's time for me to get what I need in my life, okay? Let's go ahead over here and take a look at what you're dealing with, Gemini. What is Gemini dealing with here throughout mid-December? Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. What is Gemini dealing with here throughout mid-December? We got here the Ten of Cups. We also got here the Five of Wands. We got here the Eight of Cups. And we got here the Knight of Pentacles. So, Ten of Cups, Five of Wands. You see the flaws in something that's not so perfect. You know, something here is designed to look picture perfect, but it's not. There's a lot of flaws that you saw in it, Gemini. Maybe it's your family, maybe it was your relationships. You know, this is a general reading, so this reading could resonate about your job, your friends, your family members, your loved ones. It could be about whoever it resonates to you particularly. So if it doesn't resonate at all, it's not your message. But if it resonates in some area of your life, this is your message, okay? So 10 of Cups. Something here wasn't as perfect as it was portrayed to be. You saw a lot of flaws in it, Gemini, and I think that it brought you to a point of wanting to walk away. I mean, you recognized, like, my stability counts. My happiness counts. My goals being completed counts, and I shouldn't be somebody else's person that's a personal servant, because that's not who I am. I think you realize that granted somebody else may have been happy, you were not necessarily happy. And happiness can be a two-way street when it comes towards relationships we form. You know, it's not always fair to make somebody else the happiest person alive if they're not willing to do things that really you enjoy as well. That's not very fair now, is it? So I think that you got to that point where you recognized there was some unfairness going on in some sort of relationship in your life. Whether it was unfairness in the workplace or whether it was unfairness with your lover or unfairness with your friends, there were things that you felt that you did a lot for other people, but that same respect was just not paid to you. So in regards to the energies you're dealing with, you got fed up, you got frustrated, Gemini, and you got to that point where it's like, I count. You know, my vote counts, myself counts, I count as a person, my feelings count as a person, and I want it all to be taken into account. And if you're not going to take me into account, I will take myself into account, okay? All right, Gemini, totally understand you, and you have all the right to feel that way. All right, let's go ahead and see where things are going for you, though. Where are things going for Gemini coming up in mid-December? Gemini, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus throughout mid-December 2021. Where are things going here for Gemini? We got here the Hangman card. We also got here the Fool card. We got here the Star. And we got here the Page of Swords. So, 3 major arcana coming out. Very, very strong energy. Hangman, Fool, and the Star. Pisces energy, Aquarius energy, and Aries energy. So, Hangman, Fool, and Star. You are not going to feel stuck anymore, okay? I think that you recognized that for a while, you really haven't said anything, even though you could have. You felt like you couldn't stick up for yourself, Gemini, or you felt like it wasn't worth sticking up for yourself for a long time, but that's not the case in mid-December. The Fool to the Star card says, it's my time to shine, okay? Fool to the Star card says, I'm aligning to wherever the hell I want to go, and I'm doing whatever the hell I want to do to make myself happy. You have no fear anymore, or you have no blockages anymore when it comes to opening up that throat chakra and communicating that I deserve to be happy, I deserve to be living a good life, I deserve to be doing what I want to do. You know, Gemini? So you've been very familiar with making other people happy, making other people's dreams come true, being a support system for other individuals, and considering that that energy was just not being reciprocated, you are totally in that vibe now of like, fuck it. I gotta give myself everything that I need then, because if I could be so giving to other people, just imagine how giving I could be if I started giving back to me. And you really can be, right? So Gemini, you're gonna see a world of a difference the more you start giving to yourself now. You know, something that I notice is that, you know, when you continuously give to yourself, more than often, people will reciprocate that energy back to you. You know, if I am a person who makes sure that I fill my cup first before I fill the cup of others, people will reciprocate the energies that I hand out to them. So when you show individuals that you are not just somebody's servant, you are just not somebody's, you know, right-hand man or right-hand woman to only make them happy and them only, when you show them that you deserve that same respect, guess what? They're either going to have to say, all right, I understand you. I'm going to show you that same respect and give back the same energy you give me, or it's going to show their true colors that they could give a shit less. And if they can give a shit less, that individual does not deserve a spot in your life. Point blank, period. If people show that they only cared based upon what they benefited from you, then they don't really care. And I think it's more worth it to be alone than to be stuck around people that genuinely don't care and only keep me around for what benefits them. You see what I'm saying, Gemini? I think it's always very important to recognize that. Being alone is so much better than being around a ton of fake friends. Being alone is so much better than being around a person that uses you. Being alone is so much better than being around somebody who only wants what benefits them because you make them happy. You know, it's very important, man. You know, it's a two-way street in a lot of things in life. And If they're not willing to have a two-way street with you, hey, it is what it is. Go take a one-way, Gemini. All right? All right, baby. So let's go ahead over here and see if there are any dire or important messages coming in for you throughout mid-December. Keep in mind, for this portion of the reading, this is messages from your spirit guides, so it may resonate to you in regards to everything we just talked about, or it may be a completely randomized message, so take it how it resonates. But are there any dire or important messages coming in from Gemini spirit guides, important messages from Gemini spirit guides that they need to hear, setting foot into mid-December 2021? Let's go ahead over here and have a look. What do we got from Gemini spirit guides? We got here the Chariot, we also got here the Two of Pentacles, and we got here the Five of Swords. 110%. Gemini, your guides got your back, essentially is what they're saying to you, but most importantly, Two of Pentacles to the Chariot. If something has you constantly judging on whether or not it's worth it, it immediately isn't worth it. I feel like that is a lesson that your spirit guides want you to take with you moving throughout the rest of the months ahead. If something does not automatically feel worth it to you, if you have to judge whether or not something's worth keeping in your life, whether that be relationships, whether that be a job, whether that be anything, if you can't off the top of your mind say, what I'm doing is worth it, or what I'm doing is not worth it, then chances are, if you don't know, it's a no, is what your guides are trying to say to you here. So definitely be mindful of that. You know, if you feel like something may or may not be worth it, most of the time it's not worth it for you. Because if it was worth it for you, you wouldn't have to second guess yourself, you wouldn't have to think about it, you wouldn't have to be the Two of Pentacles. So Gemini, moving forward on your path, you know, Chariot here, now to the Five of Swords, don't be afraid to cut out what doesn't serve you. Don't be afraid to say, you know what, I just don't feel like this is for me, so I'm just going to walk away. Normalize walking away from situations that don't feel right to you. You know, it's totally okay to do that for yourself. It's totally okay to do that within your life. So Geminis, if there's anything here that is making you question whether or not it's worth it, if there's anything here that's making you unhappy, if there's anything here that you just don't really feel like you resonate with, you are all the more merrier to walk away from it. You don't need to feel stuck in a situation that does not serve you. Okay? So coming into mid-December here, you know, the overall review of this reading that I'm getting is that Gemini is taking back their power. You know, looking at your current energies in the beginning, you felt like your time was robbed from you. You know, you felt like serving another person or serving your job or whatever it is you were serving, you felt like you were doing the most for other people in situations, and that same respect wasn't paid back to you. And whatever you were dealing with, sure, they were happy because you were making them happy, but it frustrated you because they wouldn't do the same for you. They had no respect in that regard to make sure that you're taken care of as well, making sure that you're happy as well, you know? So Gemini, a two-way street, or something that was supposed to be a two-way street, became a one-way street very quickly when you started to realize that you're the only person serving somebody else and they're not serving you. So coming into mid-December, you decided, I gotta get away from that energy. You know, Hangman, it's time for me to go ahead and stand up for myself and say this situation just simply isn't worth it, and I want to align to what makes me happy, and this second half of the month is going to be all about me and my personal fulfillment and what I need to do for myself. Because guess what? If I can make a huge impact on making other people happy and taking care of them in their lives, just imagine how much of an impact I can make on myself if I decided to make myself happy and focus on my own personal life. You realize, holy crap, I can make a huge impact there too, and you definitely can. So Gemini, you're not afraid anymore to speak your truth, to stand up, to say anything. You know, this month you're basically getting that download from your guides that, Gemini, if something's got to go, something's got to go. Do not let your throat chakra hold you back. Keep your throat chakra as open as possible, man. You don't really owe people anything, especially people that are taking advantage of you, you know? It's a two-way street, and if you're not getting what you deserve, maybe they don't deserve that spot up in your life. Point blank period. Let's go ahead and take a look at the outcome though for you, Gemini. What's going to be the overall outcome here for Geminis, please, throughout mid-December 2021? What is going to be the overall outcome here for Geminis throughout mid-December 2021? And what do we got? We got here the Three of Cups. Yeah, it's going to be time for a celebration because you'll be happy dancing away from a situation that didn't serve you. Point blank period. Alright, I've said that a million times this tarot reading. I'm sure I'm getting annoying by now. But either way, Gemini, I love you guys. It's nice to annoy you sometimes because I annoy you with love, you know? So Three of Cups, dancing away with happiness, you know, dancing away from the situation in a good mood. It's like, alright, now I'm in a better place because I'm not serving somebody who ain't serving me. Alright? So Geminis, Nine of Cups. going to be a very self-fulfilling month for you. It's also going to feel good because you feel like you got your voice back, you know? Telling somebody, sorry, like, I'm done with this, you know? I deserve to be happy too. I deserve to be taken into accountability. You don't really account for me. You don't really do anything for me. So I'm going to take care of myself. Like, it feels good when you speak that truth and you get your voice back. And your spirit guides are here to back you up on it every step of the way. You guys deserve happiness just as much as the next person, and you deserve reciprocity when it comes towards the relationships you deal with. And if people are not reciprocating what you put out, who's to say that they deserve you going the extra mile? Because I've learned in life, the more you go the extra mile for people, the more they tend to take advantage, and that's not always fair. So Geminis, no more with your time being robbed, not happening anymore. You're making sure you get reciprocity, and you're making sure that you continue doing things that make you happy. I'm not going to keep investing my time into things that are a waste for me, you know? All right, Gemini, I love you guys. Thank you all so much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate it. I hope you guys enjoyed today's reading. If it does resonate, let me know down in the comments down below. If you're new here, consider subscribing. And with all that being said, guys, I will see you all in the next video. Much love to my Geminis, and have yourselves a great rest of your month. Peace.